thing. When in your speaking voice, okay, you have the option of a million different varieties of expression, of emotional expression. And they all happen controlled by your autonomic nervous system. When you pick up the telephone, even over a bad connection, in under 2.5 seconds, you know exactly who you're talking to, what kind of mood they're in. Yeah?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
You learn as you get older.
Well, you recognize the timbre of the person's voice.
Yeah.
Because it's so individual.
Yeah.
Okay? So the timbre of your voice is also that individual. The problem is that you improve it.
Yeah.
Can I just have your voice?
The sun has fallen and it lies in blood.
Good. Go ahead. Same thing. Keep your eyes out.
The sun has fallen and it lies in blood. The moon is weaving bandages of gold.
Much better. Much better. Now, say it to me like it meant something.
Okay.
For it to mean something, you don't have to get into a stage voice. It can mean something with your voice.
The sun has fallen and it lies in blood.
You know the difference? Do you know the difference?
This, just me. Just speaking. Just...
Imagine that.
Yeah. Okay. The sun has fallen and it lies in blood. The moon is weaving bandages of gold.
Great. Now, can you sustain the exhale the whole time? It may feel like there's air in the consonants.
The sun has fallen and it lies in blood. The moon is weaving bandages of gold.
No more. Same sound.
The sun has fallen and it lies in blood. The moon is weaving bandages of gold. Over its lawn, where is my lover gone?
It's not just a totally different thing in terms of philosophically. It's a totally different thing in terms of the way your brain functions. Because when you, at the moment, when you think, I'm going to sing, it's a whole different part of your brain that you're using than when you think, I'm going to communicate something by speaking. But what I'm asking you to do is I'm asking you to develop a third circuit where the idea of speaking and the idea of singing are not so far apart. Go back to what it means, okay? The idea isn't to make it a technical exercise. The idea is to bring it back to how you use your voice when you speak. If you want to have that whole range of expression, and we're going to talk about the role of the breath in that later.
Okay.
In order for the inflection to be flexible, in order for you to be able to have a whole range of emotional color in your voice, the breath has to be flexible as well. In terms of how the whole vocal apparatus functions, breath isn't different. We're going to be looking at that too. Articulation isn't different. The timbre of your voice isn't different, but there is one really big difference. Anybody have an idea what it is? Say the sun is...
The sun has fallen and it lies in blood.
Okay. And if you were to say it with the rhythms that the composer assigned to it, how long would it take?
The sun has fallen and it lies in blood.
Better. But it would actually be, the sun has fallen and it lies in blood. No?
Yeah.
So the difference is the length of time of the vowel sounds. That is the only difference. This is an object. It has mass and volume. Because it has mass and volume, I can project it in a space. But I can't do that with my voice because my voice is a wave. So I can't make my voice go over there. I can focus my attention with my eyes over there, but I can't take a wave and make it behave as an object. Does this make any sense to you?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. It has to be vibrated. What's going on here and here gets vibrated outside of you through your vocal cords. And what sets those vocal cords in motion is what you're going to say.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go, I know that you're not focused on what you're going to say.
Okay.
You're focused on the sound that you're going to make. We do with the speaking voice before we do it with the singing voice, so that the construction of this third thing is very dependent on going back and forth between your speaking voice and your singing voice.
Do not go, my love, without asking my leave.
There's a lot of different sounds there.
Yes.
Yeah? Can you let all of those different sounds be there when you sing it? Korean and say it out loud.
나의 사랑아, 나를 떠나지 말아라.
Okay,
Yeah.
do it again and listen to it.
나의 사랑아, 나를 떠나지 말아라.
Say it again in Korean.
나의 사랑아, 나를 떠나지 말아라.
Same voice in English.
Do not go, my love,
Yeah, go
without asking my leave.
Don't make it any better.
Yes. Easier. I thought the Korean, yes, it's more easier.
The timbre of your voice, when you speak Korean, you go, oh yeah, that's my voice.
Yes.
But the timbre of your voice doesn't change because you're speaking another language. So it's very important that you connect with that for recognizing the timbre of your voice, because you can't construct another voice in English. It's got to be the same voice.
Yes.
Cognitive illusion means an illusion of the mind. Now, I'm going to give you an example of a cognitive illusion. Does one line look longer than the other? This is a cognitive illusion. Your brain processes this in a faulty way. You can have that knowledge, but every single day of your life that you look at this, your brain is going to tell you that one line is longer than the other line. Now, there are many of these cognitive illusions. Some are visual and some are oral, and they're traps for singers. Because you're fooled, just like you're fooled with this. So you get into a hall, you're used to singing in a smaller place, you get into a bigger hall, and it is a cognitive illusion that you can make more sound in that space. Of course there's a component of sound to it, but it's the sound that's the result. The sound is not an end in itself. When the sound is an end in itself, it's the tail wagging the dog. Would you agree with me, Hilda?
Mhm. The intention is very important. And to just think about the sound is after you hear the sound, then what do you have to say? If you have enough, if you only have sound, then then I'm going to sleep, because there's nothing to listen to. There's nothing that will connect what you're doing to my heart, and I want to feel as though there is something that I can connect to when I hear a singer who has something to say and is the intention behind what they have to say is honest. There's the honesty as well, not just showing off, but the honesty with which one says what they have to say. And for me, that's it. As a teacher, that's what I try to connect that importance to the person who's in front of me, who I'm teaching, to connect to that, so that they think about it, they have an understanding of it. Not right there, they might not have an understanding of it, but there is a point where they might say, aha, I get it. Because sometimes it takes longer to get it.
And that's a very big point in the brain that changes itself, that you have to keep doing it to get it. That this neuroplasticity, the ability of the brain to change, is something that happens over time. It doesn't happen in a quick fix. So the point of us being together is to plant this seed in you in a different way, so that when you learn your repertoire, you learn it from this perspective. You don't learn it as a showpiece for the sound of your voice. You learn it as something that you want to communicate from the essence of your being through the words that you're going to say that are set to music, so that it touches another person.